Happy Father's Day, folks, to all who celebrate, except for maybe one guy who, since you all clicked on this video, I think you know who I'm talking about.
I'm about to have a friend for dinner, but Hannibal Lecter. Congratulations, the late great Hannibal Lecter.
Right, seeing as it is Father's Day, and I found a brilliant takedown of Trump and his father Fred, courtesy of Midest Touch, which I think you'll all very much enjoy and get a kick out of, so stick around for that. I figured what better day to take a deeper look into Trump's failings, not only as a man, a former president, a convicted felon, but also as a father. Cause Lord knows he wasn't exactly a father figure for the country when he was in charge.
Supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light, and I think you said that has him in check, but you're going to test it. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through the skin or in some other way.
Truly a classic. What better way to guide the nation through one of the most traumatic and scary moments in recent history than to make up some absolute BS and ramble about how you're gonna defeat a deadly disease that you've already downplayed multiple times with a friggin' ultra-powered flashlight. But it wasn't just the nation that he wasn't a great father figure to. The man has 4 kids from 3 different women. Well, 5 if you include Tiffany, but apparently he doesn't. Which is only partially a joke because, as this article makes very clear, Tiffany, Trump's daughter and only child from his second marriage to Marla Maples, is very much the black sheep of her family. Now, how did they come to that conclusion, you ask? Well, she was the only Trump child, aside from Barron for obvious reasons, the only adult Trump child not named in the Trump Organization business fraud suit in New York. Apparently, they don't trust her enough to let her in on the fraudulent family fun. With one tweet at the time saying, Tiffany Trump just realized it pays to be the forgotten one. And others joking they felt bad for the only adult Trump child not named in the lawsuit, saying, quote, Tiffany Trump is so low on the totem pole, she can't even get a lawsuit filed against her, hashtag sad, and poor Tiffany, she can't even get invited to a Trump lawsuit. And novelist Paul Rudnick at the time tweeting, quote, after half-sister Tiffany was excluded from the latest Trump family lawsuit, she responded, maybe now Ivanka will stop calling me Taffy, snubbing me at grand jury hearings, and sending me her old hair for Christmas. But honestly, maybe Tiffany should take that as a compliment and a sincere relief that she's not getting as much attention from her diaper dad as her sister. Because as I'm sure none of you have forgotten, this is how Trump talks about his first daughter, Ivanka.
She does have a very nice figure. I've said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
Ivanka, what's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
If I weren't happily married and, you know, her father.
My daughter, Ivanka.
Yeah.
She's 6 feet tall. She's got the best body.
By the way, your daughter.
She's beautiful.
Can I say this? A piece of ass.
Yeah.
She looks more voluptuous than ever.
She's actually always been very voluptuous.
It's
She's
unbelievable.
tall. She's almost 6 feet.
You going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. She does have a very nice figure.
Absolutely disgusting. I mean, what father talks about his daughter that way? We all know Trump is a misogynist pig, but please let us never forget how disturbingly he talks about his own daughter like she's a piece of meat. And before we get to Midest Touch's brilliant takedown of how Trump completely dismantled his own father's legacy and ended up being the biggest failure of Fred's life, I want to take one more look at just how bad a father he's been to all of his children so it really sinks in. You may remember when he was on trial in New York recently, before getting convicted of 34 felonies, he asked the judge to take a day off to go to his son Barron's high school graduation. Now, there was a lot of speculation on whether he was actually going to go or if it was just an excuse to get out of the freezing cold courtroom.
So we have another day of court in a freezing courthouse. It's very cold in there.
Which we can't really rule the latter out by him showing up, but to his credit, he did just that. He actually went to Barron's graduation. What a great dad, using his own son as an excuse to get out of falling asleep in court. But that satirical sentiment starts to ring even more hollow when you realize that as long as he's not being tried for felonies on the same day, he has a hard time making it to any of his other children's graduations.
This is from Jeff Perlman's research, good reporter. Says in 1996, Donald Trump Jr. graduated from the Hill School in Pottstown, Pennsylvania. Donald Trump failed to attend graduation. In 2000, Ivanka Trump graduated from Cote, a boarding school in Wallingford, Connecticut. Donald Trump failed to attend graduation. In 2002, Eric Trump graduated from the Hill School in Pottstown, Pennsylvania. Donald Trump failed to attend graduation. In 2012, Tiffany Trump graduated from Viewpoint School in Calabasas, California. Donald Trump failed to attend graduation. And then in 2024, Barron Trump is graduating from Oxbridge Academy in Palm Beach. Thanks to legal proceedings, Donald Trump can pretend he had plans on attending.
So it's not about the kids. It's not about protecting Melania, as he would have us believe, because him being such a great father must make him such a great husband as well, which is why he cheated on all his wives, most famously on Melania, with an adult film star while their son was an infant. Stand-up stuff. Which, as promised, brings us to the crux of this video, the creme de la creme, the cherry on top, that is this brilliantly put together Father's Day message about Trump's failures from Midest Touch. Titled fittingly, Happy Father's Day, Donald. Take a look.
What is the secret of your success?
The president was given or inherited a large portion of his father's real estate fortune, worth at least $413 million today.
9 out of 10 people don't like what they do. They go from job to job, ultimately becoming nothing.
You'll absolutely love Trump steaks.
The 3 Atlantic City casinos filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection.
2 years after it opened, the company was history.
It never made a profit.
Trump University was fraudulent.
His family's charity accused of misusing funds.
Shakespeare said, never follow an empty wagon up here. Never follow an empty wagon, because nothing ever falls off.
Fred's failure has become America's failure. Not only has Trump failed to serve everyday Americans by leading an insurrection, delegitimizing elections, spitting hateful and vitriolic lies about immigrants and his opponents, cutting taxes for wealthy corporations and only benefiting his billionaire buddies, not allowing legislation to pass that would actually address the southern border crisis, criminally defrauding countless people and businesses, committing sexual assault while simultaneously stripping women of their rights to their own bodies and bragging about it, packing the courts to push a far-right religious agenda and claiming to want to be a dictator, among so many other things. He has also failed to serve as a decent father and human being to his own family. And I'm not saying that they deserve that much sympathy, because they all have their own moral and personal shortcomings.
Donald Trump Jr.'s on cocaine. Don Jr.'s on coke. I have a cocaine addiction.
But is it really any surprise that with a father as deplorable as Donald J. Trump, that any of those rotten apples would fall far from the tree? So on this Father's Day, let's all pledge to be better, more respectful, more conscious fathers, even father figures, to our family, our kin, and our country than Fred and his failure have been to theirs. Happy Father's Day, everyone. Thanks for watching. Make sure you drop a like on the video and subscribe. Hit that little bell notification as well. It really helps the channel out. And let me know all your thoughts down below. Go ahead and wish Donald Trump a happy or not so happy Father's Day in those comments. Thank you so much again for watching, folks. We really appreciate you. For Really American, I'm Kenny Hesse, and I'll see you all in the next one.